happens when you have all of those legal questions that we need assistance with? Well, you turn to an amazing attorney. Hey, Miss Anna Blood, how are you?
Good. How are you,
I'm so
Deborah?
excited to have you tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And I am so proud of you because I have known you since you were a very little girl and watched you grow. And I'm so proud that you have your own practice now in Union County.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do family law and wills and estates. And we're located in downtown Waxhaw.
Downtown beautiful Waxhaw. We're going to talk about wills and estates tonight because there are so many questions about who needs a will, what an estate is, and probate. So let's talk about a will. Who actually does need a will in their life?
Well, it's a complicated question, but really everyone should get a will. You should be prepared for your future and ensure that your family is protected, that your assets are protected.
Right.
And for all my estate clients, I do the last will and testament, healthcare power of attorney, which allows someone to make healthcare decisions for you in the event that you're unable to do so, and a durable power of attorney, which is similar but allows the person to basically step into your shoes and make any decisions for you, or they can go to the bank, things like that if you're unable to do that.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
Just because you're an attorney and you know all the legal mumbo and jumbo. And for our viewers out there, we're going to do the ABC steps.
Okay.
So what you're saying is everyone needs a will because at some point, whether we plan for it or not, the inevitable is going to happen.
Yeah.
So if someone died without a will, which is the last will and testament of all of my assets, who I would like to leave them to. So let's start with that. If I would pass on without a will, what happens?
So if you pass without a will, everything is going to go according to statute. It's called intestate. So every state has intestate statutes that, basically are the default for what's going to happen to everything. North Carolina, it's pretty fair. I mean, it's going to go, it depends on if you have a surviving spouse and how many children. There's certain percents that will go to the surviving spouse and the remaining to the children. And you literally just, there's some math involved. And you have to figure out, which share each person's going to get.
So if you die without a will, it takes a little bit of time for all of that to happen. And if you have a will, it's pretty quick, correct?
Yes. So anytime anyone passes, the first thing that's done is you open an estate file at the clerk of court,
Right.
wherever in the county that the person passes away. If there is a will, you present it to them, and they will probate that will. They basically distribute the assets according to the way that the will is written. Otherwise, it's going to go strictly by statute, and no one can really do anything about it. So having the will ensures that your wishes are fulfilled, which I think is really important, because you may not want property to be sold. You may want it to be given, or you may have great grandmother's earrings that you want to make sure that they go to your daughter, or specific things.
And I love that you say that because I have a girlfriend in California. I never even thought about this, but she has a lot of costume jewelry, Diana. And she said, when something happens to me, I would like you to have that because I know that you would enjoy it. It's not of great value, but it was something that she wanted to share with someone that she knew would get great joy from it. So simple things like that. It's not just always all of your assets. It's things that maybe mean something that you want to put that person in your will, correct?
Exactly. And if that wasn't in writing, who would know? And if she didn't have the will, I don't know California laws, but North Carolina, it's probably going to go to her children or a surviving spouse. And all you could say is, well, I knew she wanted me to have it, but there's nothing that's going to guarantee that her wishes are going to be fulfilled.
And Anna, I do want to pass on a little tidbit. I'm hoping they won't know the valuable from unvaluable, and maybe they'll throw a few pieces of the real stuff in there.
Yeah.
Not that she's passing anytime soon, but just saying out there. So in estate planning, tell me about estate planning. Same.
So estate planning, so that encompasses the last will and testament we talked about, and then just generally to make sure everyone has sort of like a complete estate package, I do the durable power of attorney, which is typically a husband and wife, where you're appointing each other that in the event that either of you are unable to go to the bank or make a financial decision, that person can come in and do that for you. Or if people leave the country, things like that.
Right.
So we do that, and the healthcare power of attorney, which is really important.
That's very important. That means like if I can't make decisions on my own, that you appoint someone to do it for me.
Yes.
One of my children. Ones
Yeah.
that I
Whoever.
like, my favorite. That
Yeah. Well, so I usually do two, an initial and a backup. And I tell people, some people do a spouse and then a child, because in the event that either one of those people have passed away, you have a backup person for that as well.
And that's
So
called durable.
that's a healthcare power of attorney.
Healthcare power.
Which is really important. And if you ever end up in the hospital and there's a serious scenario, the hospital will typically, or doctors will ask, do you have a healthcare power of attorney? They'll want you to bring that document. And then something that's really important is the living will, which is almost like an addendum to the healthcare power of attorney. So the living will essentially allows you, while you're still able to do so, express what you would like to happen to you in the event that you're incapacitated or on life support, things like that. I know that sounds really kind of
But
morbid,
it's true.
but
You
it's
have to
good.
be prepared for it. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 order so that we understand it so clearly, and their audience members out there understand how important it is to have a will and how important it is to have an attorney to draw up all of these documents. All of that when we come back with Miss Anna Blood, attorney at law.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DeborahKennedyShow.com.
And now we're back with Miss Anna Blood. So Anna, we're going to sum up just how important it is for every single person to have a last will and testament, no matter what age.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, and especially if you have children. And another good point to that is if you have minor children, I do guardianship language in the will, which will allow you to express who you would like to have guardianship over your children. Now, you still have to ask the court to appoint those people, but it is at least will be in writing. In the event that both parents pass and you have a 2 or 3 year old, and
Okay,
that's really
great.
important
And you
too.
do so many things with family law, so we're going to have you come back as our regular attorney. But we're going to talk about women in power as well, women in political office, and how important it is that we have a voice. So tell us a little bit about your experience and what we can look forward to with you.
Absolutely. So I got involved in the Republican Party back in law school, and I've been an active member of our Sweet Union Republican Women's Club. Women have not been represented in politics like they should. We have an important voice. We are powerful. We can do so much.
Yes, we can.
Yes, and I think it's been. I recently ran a race for county commissioner, and I was the only woman running. And if I was elected, I would have been the fifth woman ever to be county commissioner in like
Wow.
175 years. So that tells you
That's
some
pretty
statistic.
impressive, yes. And
So-
it was like just, I have to say, bragging on you, it was just by like a minute hair, like maybe 3 votes.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
that I did not.
That's a
make.
pretty tight race.
Yep, for the primary. So, I will say that I will continue to run again. I will run again in 2020, and I think that hopefully I can be an inspiration for younger women and just anyone out there that's considering getting into politics and maybe thinks it's a little intimidating or maybe it's just a man's game. It's not.
Right.
So
So
I
tell me a little bit about why you wanted to run. Like, what is your platform? Why should I vote for you, Miss Anna Blood? Or why would I vote for you?
Well, that's been a number one question people ask me. So I guess the first reason is it truly is public service.
Right.
So I give a lot of my time to the community as it is with my business, and I'm on a school board. And
You're here giving free advice on the Deborah Kennedy Show. What more could you do? That's community service, right?
yeah, so
Yes.
I think you just have to have, it's something that you know in your heart that you want to do.
Right.
And I've known that for a long time, and so absolutely.
Because you want to make a difference.
Yeah.
You have 2 small children, and you have a great husband that is your biggest fan. And really and truly, that's what I love about you, is that you do want to give back. You do want to make a difference. And, working as an attorney is great, rewarding, but it's a little different from giving back to the community and being in politics.
Absolutely, it is, and it's. I do believe in strong women. Deborah knows my mom, so
Yes, I do. I love Adrienne. Love her.
So, she
She's
raised-
very strong.
she is. She raised me to be an independent woman, so absolutely. Which
We have some good memories. We do. Some we cannot share on the TV show, but there's some good ones.
yes, absolutely.
So you come from a long line, and your grandma, she was a strong woman.
Absolutely. So, and I think it's just women can be powerhouses for each other, and I think we can really lift each other up, and I think that's really
I
important.
love that. And I love you, and I'm so excited and so proud of you
Thank
and all that you're doing to make a difference. And we're so excited to have you here on the show and that you're going to be a regular. So you do so many things in your practice, and next time you come on, we'll talk about family practice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so
Miss
much.
Anna Blood, empowering women, making a difference right here in our community.